Let's just talk about hoes. Can we talk about hoes? These hoes. I don't love them. That's classic Wayne for you. Do you know who Lil Wayne is?
I know who Lil Wayne is. Who doesn't know who Lil Wayne is?
I didn't know, man. It might be. Oh,
He's like one of the rappers. My, my lollipop. My lollipop. That
Yeah,
song? Yeah, I
yeah,
know the
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Ballers, the series Ballers, is that right? With
With the Rock.
The Rock, he sings the intro song.
Oh yeah, I stopped watching that show after like a couple
No, a long
years.
time ago. I couldn't keep up with it. But the intro song was dope. I liked it.
Okay, nice, nice. Um, welcome to Big Belly Pats, episode 46. Susha,
Leo. Just a
Susha
Leo.
Leo.
That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, Susha Leo. Episode. Yep, episode 46 of Big Belly Pats. You know who I be? Nick, your boy, the one and
Dad to
only.
be. Let's change it
Dad
up.
to
Nick,
be.
dad to be.
Yep. I need to shave again, man. God, every time I come on here, I haven't shaved. But then I'll shave when I go to. I got to work on Tuesday, so I'll be shaved for that. But yeah, and we got Mr. Dan, Mr. Daniel, Mr. D, Teacher D. Everyone knows Teacher D, Big
It's
D.
worse every time.
Yeah, Big D. Every time he walks in the room, it gets dark. Everybody know Big D. Like, is that a flashlight you carrying? Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
But
my Chinese name is based on that aspect. So Du Ming In. Du is the family name that they gave me. And then Du Ming In. Ming In means like the bright light that someone brings. Like into the room, they bring a bright light to the day, to the person, to whoever's around them. Yeah,
okay.
Rita actually gave me that name. Rita gave me that name.
I thought
Because,
your name was like Big Bear or some shit.
no. So Cece, who Nick and I have both taught with, one of the kindergarten teachers we taught with, she called me Darnu. And if you hear Darnu, it's a big cow. So Rita was like, no. And at the time, obviously, I didn't know what Darnu was. And then the kids were like laughing because it says big cow. And then Rita went away for like a week or two and said, this is your new name, Du Ming In. And yeah, pretty much that was on my football jersey, my frizz jersey now. But yeah, it's pretty much
Nice.
it's my name, Du Ming
Okay.
In. Yeah, I got it on my China. I got it on. Yeah, it's my Chinese name on
Nice.
my tiger. Yeah,
Mine was just Nick, and I had a tattoo that said Nick at one point, and I got that covered up. I don't know if you ever saw it.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, good. My first tattoo ever. I was 15 or 16.
Oh, it's your first ever tattoo.
My first
Nick.
ever tattoo. It was my name. It said Nick, and it was in some clouds, and it was on my right arm. So it said Nick going down.
Okay.
But the way that the end was designed, it was an N, but in the middle had like a little cross thing in the middle of the, like the part goes down on the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked like so, but it made it look like an M. So it
So
looked like it
Mick.
said Mick. Yeah. And I had that up until and I got this sleeve. I got it covered up. So I made sure I was like, well, I'm in China, I'm gonna get a sleeve. I need to get this covered up. So you can't see it at
Yeah.
all anymore. But yeah,
I'm
my first tattoo
calling you
said
Mick
Nick.
from now on. I'm calling you
Nick.
Mick from now.
It was by I don't know the guy's name, but it was a white guy, and he did it in a basement. It was his basement that he did the tattoo in. And last I heard, he was in prison. Don't know how he's doing now, but he went to prison shortly after. It was just all bad. It was all bad. I blame my father for allowing me to go.
Moral of the story, guys. If you want tattoos, get them. Nick and I have tattoos. We enjoy them. Moral of the story, make sure you're older than 21, 22 before you make these decisions because you're starting to gain a little bit of life experience. I got my first tattoo when I was 25. I don't regret any of my tattoos because as I've gone on in the years, I've gained a little bit of like experience. And every tattoo I've gotten has like literally mean something. So like I know, where is it? Nick and I got these like weird smiley faces together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One person asked me, do you regret this tattoo? I was like, no, it was just a random cool thing that we did as mates. That's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much you have that moment, that memory.
Yeah.
That's what these are for me. So
Yeah.
pretty much just wait your time. If you want tattoos, a student asked me, do they hurt? And at the moment I was like, yes, they do. I am not encouraging nobody in this classroom to get a tattoo. They were like, do you think I should get a tattoo now? I was like, no. Why do you think? No, you're not old enough to make that decision. And they're like, no, we can get this tattoo. And I was like, stop asking me this question. I was like, I am not going to get your parents rocking up to my classroom saying,
Right.
you encourage my kids to get a tattoo. No,
That's
I
what
did
it's
not.
gonna be.
I said,
They're gonna be
don't
like
do
Teacher
it. It
Daniel
hurts.
said.
It's scary. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret your 16-year-old decision tattoo, not your 25-year-old decision tattoo, your 16-year-old tattoo. So there's a life lesson, guys. So all the children out there who don't listen to us, never listen to us, just don't get a tattoo until you have life experience.
Yeah. So I have a lot, but the ones that were the only one I regretted, I have one on my chest that I regretted, but it's not a bad one. But the one that I regretted for sure, I got that covered up. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, should wait a bit. Either wait a bit or have someone there that's going to
judge you. Judge you. That's the key.
To tell you, be like, no, that's stupid. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I blame my father because my father took me to get my first tattoo. And this Negro knew that I was getting my name, and he allowed me to do that. However, on the flip side of it, on his leg going down, it says his name. So, yeah, he allowed me to get my name. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so how you been though, brother?
Good. I think I can tell some personal news. Some personal news has happened. Obviously, we don't. You hear Nick talk about his soon to be dad. So obviously, he's got someone to make a baby with. But I'm recently going through a process. Not everyone knows, and it is coming to the final stages. So I am soon to be officially legally divorced. So I'm been separated now. You're trying to find the clapping sounds. So back in August 2020.
Oh, okay.
You got to pause that. Yeah, it's gonna go on for the whole show. Back in August 2022, split up from my current, legally been separated for 3 years. So yes, been separated now for almost 3 years, and I've signed the official papers. The court's going to summons her, so it's an uncontested divorce. She's the plaintiff. I'm the plaintiff. She's the defendant. But there's no dirty laundry to hang out there. It's just the process that needed to happen, and pretty much cleaning up my slate. Pretty much, yeah. So, and hopefully, before I go on this wonderful, awesome June, July plans that I have, I am legally divorced, because that's always an awkward conversation to have. It's like, and the South African divorce system is slightly weird, because like at first, if you don't want to pay more money, like the whole divorce, I think is roughly about 10,000 RMB, so about 1,000 euros. And that's including to get us process court, because we obviously both of us live in China. She lives in a different city, but I'm sending the plaintiff from my residential address in South Africa to her Chinese address. So that's like a slight loophole, more expensive but easier loophole, that I don't have to go back to South Africa to sit in the court and be like, I'm here, I am summonings. That would have been more chaotic to try and get back to South Africa on a due date. But yeah, so we're finally in the process, and it should be good to go in the next month or two. So hopefully by the end of May, beginning of June, I wouldn't say a free man. That doesn't make sense.
He's a free. Dobby's free.
Dobby's free. Gave me my sock. Master gave me a sock. But no, not free. Just like, I don't know, just unconsciously not like cool. I can move in the the right direction forward. So yes. So yeah, that's pretty
Nice.
much it. Yeah, no, and working on that. Busy as can be. Really, really busy. Work has. I think most of you guys know what I do at the school, and teaching wise has been a lot busier this year because I teach high school history, I teach middle school history, and I teach middle school literacy. So planning is obviously a lot more intense, and marking and assessments and assignments is a lot more intense. And then on top of that, my responsibilities as an activities coordinator just doubled. Yeah. So I have upcoming tournaments coming up in May. May I will be like, I don't think I have a free weekend in May at all. Not one available weekend where I can just, put my feet up. Oh, I do have the May holiday on the 1st and the 2nd of May. We have a May holiday. But I am rewarded with a 8-week June, July holiday. June, July, August holiday. 8 weeks. So yes, even though I work balls to the walls, it's nice to have that 8-week holiday waiting in the ranks.
Yes. All right, busy man then.
Yes, busy man. And you, sir, how you doing? How's preparing to be a father? How are you doing, sir?
So I'm good. In the gym.
Working on my fitness. She's my witness.
Yeah. I don't know how much I've lost, but toning up. It's getting better. Changed up my diet a lot.
Nice.
So not eating out maybe once every 2 weeks at best. So changed that up a lot. Other than that, man, we haven't, I think the last time we talked, we bought the stroller and came with like the car seat and all the bells and whistles. Outside of that, it's been chill. I felt the baby kick for the first time yesterday.
I was there listening to this conversation, and I was like, Nick, focus. Stop. Pause the game and focus on your child kicking. And he was like, I'm not going to focus. Why must I focus? The kid's going to... And I was like, well, just focus the energy on your kid kicking.
Well, I didn't do that. Well, that day, it didn't kick that day. It was like a day or two later. And she just like grabbed my hand and put it on her stomach. But it's one of those like, part of me is like, am I supposed to be like, I kicked? Like my personality is I'm just cool, calm. I'm just happy that he's alive.
You're a cool customer. That's it.
Yeah, so if he's kicked, I'm like, all right, cool. He's kicking. His knees work.
We're not doing Instagram videos. We don't need to. Ooh, no. Be like, yeah,
no,
cool.
But I felt him kick. Outside of that, Lucy's getting bigger. It's funny because if you look at her from the back, you can't tell she's pregnant. But as soon as she turns around, that belly comes with it. Like, oh yeah, there's a baby
there's a human in there.
But no, she's doing good, man. We just been shopping and stuff here and there, trying to figure out like what theme we want to do. We had a nice little tidy up or a deep clean of the house. We're looking forward to you getting here to give us some ideas about how we should move some stuff, like what we should, because we're trying to figure out like what we get rid of, where we're going to put this. Are we going to move this here? It's a lot of stuff we're trying to like. What's going to move where?
And it's difficult because you are the only abled person there.
Yeah, so I can't be moving shit, and then she would just be like, "No, move it back."
Don't like that. Yeah. So like if I'm there, moving it back is easy. It's like, okay, cool. Don't like it, move it back. Cool.
Yeah.
No, I've got it. I told Olivia last night we were driving to Black Sheep. I was like, yeah, I'm going to England this June, July to work. And Nick says we're providing food and shelter, and that's it. Yeah, that's your payment. So I'm excited. I really am excited. And
so, but yeah, so we've been doing that, man, and it's been chill. It came up today. She said her mom sent her a video of, I guess, somewhere a baby was born and everyone was in a hospital, and they sang happy birthday to the baby on like that day that the baby was born, and she was like, should we sing happy birthday? Cause it's his birthday, and I'm like, I'm not.
When he turns one, let's get into one first,
like,
all right?
Yeah, I'm not. I get that it's technically his birthday, but it's just, like no one does that, you know.
And what do you
And then
celebrate? A happy birthday? There's no candle because you get a
yeah,
candle for every
that's
year.
what I asked. I was like, should we get a cake and a candle? Like, as soon as he pops out, boom, a cake.
Day 1, and then are we going to celebrate day 2, day 3,
I was just
day
like,
4?
no, I was like, I don't. I was just like, and I just
Is
told her, I was like,
can
you
I
know,
can I ask a question? He does, and then answer. Is she going to have natural or C-section?
the plan is natural.
Natural. Okay.
I don't think.
So
I
when
think
she's sweaty and she's red and blushy and you there and you kiss her on the forehead and you tell her she's beautiful and everything is like stressful and she squeezed your hand and almost broken it and hopefully she has the epidurals in her spine and everything's fine and everything's good. I don't think anyone wants to sing happy birthday to that kid.
No.
And everyone's chilled. And I don't think you want more than 3 or 4 people in the room on that first night when the baby comes, especially natural. You guys just want to be together and sit there quietly.
Yeah, the plan is natural, but the whole setup that we've talked to the hospital about is going to, hopefully, knock on wood, is going to be smooth. But yeah, I'm ready for it, man. We've been talking more about names.
Yeah, they're being lame, guys. They're not going to tell us the name until he is born. I'm going to wait here until we get customized shit for him. We're going to wait until like the last minute to get him customized shit. Like, come on.
My thing is, my reasoning is, and I've seen this happen before. As soon as you say, "Oh, I want to name him," we're thinking of naming him Nick or Daniel. We're thinking of naming him that. Boom, somebody else that you know. Oh, we're going to name him this. It's a name you just came out with. It's like you start seeing it everywhere, or people. Oh, you'll tell your other friend who's also having a kid. Oh, I'll name my kid Nick, and they'll be like, "Oh, Nick's not a bad name. I like Nick." I wasn't giving you advice. I wasn't giving you an example. So
I'm telling you because you're not supposed to have it.
Yeah, and then it's, we haven't told anyone.
What about Miles? Miles Brown.
No, I don't think we got a list. I will say we have a name that we are pretty much 99.9% that is going to be this name. So we do have a name.
So badly.
But we're not telling anybody because I just feel like we're just not gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, just keep it because I can't do another secret, bro. Yo, bro, I sat with your guys' secret for months, bro. I'm like,
man, and it's crazy because that shit leaked so fast when I told people back home. I was like, so nah. From now on, I've learned a lesson. I would just say that.
I was good. All right, I was a good guy.
Yeah,
I kept my shit down. I was like, why are you going in December? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Why are you going early July? Weather.
Yeah. So we've learned a lesson. We have no one to blame but ourselves. We've learned a lesson. We'll leave it at that, and we just keeping it hush hush between me. Now we do when we're in the house. We refer to the baby as his name. So I wouldn't be surprised when you get here if we slip up and you find out because we'll say his name. But outside of that, we haven't told anybody. We're working on through some names, and it's a name that I haven't been able to roast. I said, because if I can roast this name, then he can't have that name. And I have not been able to roast this name. So, so far it's good. But yeah, man, I'm getting ready for it. I'm trying to take care of myself better. I got some bags under my eyes. I just be up. But looking rough right now. But I've been in the gym more, been working out more, toned up, changed my diet, trying to get as ready as I can for this kid to come. Trying to get my driving lesson. Did I tell him we didn't talk about how my fucking driving test?
We spoke about, you and I spoke about it, but not in a podcast how you failed again. But
first of all, okay, I failed again. How? Oh God, pissed me off. I failed my theory test, which is like the multiple choice test, written test, whatever. And there's 2 parts to it. And I'm pretty sure I've said this before when I failed the first one. And
Yeah.
it's the hazard perception and the multiple choice. The hazard perception, bing, bang, boom. I think you got to get like at least a 40 something out of like 50 or like 60. And I'm banging like 55. Like, that's easy. I don't even study for it. That's cake. Fucking theory, dude. You got to get, it's like 50 questions. You got to get at least 43. And it's like 7 categories. This last one I took, I got a 42 out of 43. I was so pissed.
42
like,
out of
come
50.
on.
You missed by
I mean, out
one.
of 50. I missed by one. 42 out of 50. I missed by one. I was so pissed, dude. I was like, come on, bro. Just give me the license, bro. God damn, bro. Half of this stuff ain't even. So many of the questions is like nothing around me. So it'd be like, what's this sign? But then I look up this sign, and it's like, this sign's not even like in Liverpool or where. This sign would be like in London. And I'm not driving in London. Ever. I've been to London. Nice city. I refuse to drive there.
No, I'm not driving there.
I refuse to drive there. No. So I'm like, come on, bro. But I felt that's what it sucks because you know if you fail something or you lose something, like if you're in a game, if you get blown out by like 30, 40, it is what it is.
Yeah, if you fail hard, you fail hard.
You fail hard, but those you lose
but
by
if you miss, last minute, second lose winners, bam, bro. Those are tough. Those hurt. 6-6, and then 90th minute, bang, 7-6. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm down by a point. So I have been doing mock tests pretty much every day. And I got my next one May 2nd. So we're trying to do that. Trying to get because once we get that, then I can do my driving test. Because we're trying to have I think we're going to put our car for sale. We're going to get an automatic. Probably by the time you get it, we might have a new car. Yeah, so. And Lucy was like, well, what if you don't have your driving license, but, you know, it's an emergency and I got to go to the hospital or something? I'm like, I'm going to drive the fucking car. Like.
Pay the fine later.
Be what it is. If I'll just be careful, obviously, not to like, well, here, I've talked to Lucy. I can't drive here like I drive in the States. In the States, we got big roads. I'm sitting back cruising. Here, I'm wider than the roads, man. The park. I'll go down a whole rabbit hole of how
we're not a talk show about roads. Yeah. But I've had the privilege of driving in the UK, bruh. Like driving in St Albans, driving in like in Leighton Buzzard, in where does he live? In Buckinghamshire, something like that. But I don't know. Who cares? Aylesbury, sorry. But like in those places, what the fuck are the roads, bro? Like it's very similar to where you are. It's like you got to pull over and wait for every car to come, and because everyone parks on, it's like barely a flipping lane. Yes,
everybody does.
And
I hate
and then there's like a stop and go in the middle of like a busy street, and you're just like,
yeah, it's I hate it.
And South Africa is very similar, like America. The roads are a bit more open, and there's space.
You're just cruising.
Yeah, cruising like highway, half a highway. Nice, bro.
Yeah, so I told her, I was like, if push comes to shove, I'm just going to drive. It's just going to be what it is. If the police were to pull up behind me, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to speed. You're not going to chase me, but you're going to follow me to the hospital.
Yeah. And then they're going to realize.
And then when I'm be like, yeah, I shouldn't have been driving, but I'm not going to let my chick who's about to give birth, I'm not going to let her drive.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think any reasonable police officer will be like, that's fine.
You say that.
I know. I said that's why I used the word reasonable. That's why I used the word reasonable. You are a giant big guy and a different color.
It's not even that. I feel like, and I'm lucky with Lucy because it's not an issue. I've come across, and I'm pretty sure the same thing as in China. You come across people that just don't have a lot of common sense.
Yes.
And I feel like in the UK, people I work with, I feel like some of the police, the people who made the roads, I feel like is a low common sense level around here. I could be wrong. I'm only speaking off of my experience, but it's not. The bar's not high.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Test isn't hard.
it's not. It's like I always say, it's two brain cells fighting for third place. so, yeah, I don't know. But outside of that, man, the baby stuff has been going cool, man. It's been chill. I'm thankful we haven't had the whole crazy hormones, crazy, like, you hear the stories of like the mood swings and the knock on wood. We haven't been there yet, but we were talking about this yesterday. We went to go, not yesterday.
Any weird cravings?
Lucy's just weird though. She's always been weird.
Okay, so maybe that's why it's easy, because she's your weird person. That's okay.
So then she's just weird and pregnant.
Yeah, that's okay. Then fine. Like it's those awkward ones where like they start licking cement or something. Yeah, I've heard about that.
No.
I heard about someone like there was like a hole in the wall, and they like started like chipping away at the hole to lick the cement, and I was like, okay, all right, sure.
I'm not the kind of person that she would be able to do that with, and I wouldn't check that shit. Because the first time I see, and this is one of those, like in that situation, like if I see her do some crazy shit, mind you, I'm black, she white, and I've seen these movies, and you see the random white girl get possessed, and she start fucking off doing some weird shit, licking concrete. If I come downstairs and you eating dryer sheets, no, fuck no. What's this? Because I love you, but I'm not staying around for this.
Get the holy water and across quickly.
I'm not staying around for this. I love you, but you start doing some possessed stuff that is like way out of line. Don't fault me if I leave. But I'm not. So no, she ain't had that.
Drop and run. That man's like, I've been here before.
No, I'm not.
Pack the bags.
Yeah.
I don't go.
The black guy never survives this movie. Nah.
Ooh-wee.
She hasn't had no weird cravings. In the beginning, she like didn't like the smell of like meat cooking. She could eat meat. She didn't like the smell of it being cooked.
Okay.
So she would like, if I was making bacon or something, she would just go upstairs and I would close the door while I was cooking, like open up the windows and stuff. Then when the smell got out, then she would come down to eat. But that's past now. But other than that, no, she ain't really had no way. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm very thankful that it's been chill. Nothing crazy. She's been, she like stretches every day.
So you've had a good pregnancy. You had a good pregnancy. That means your guy is going to be naughty as fuck.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. Please don't say that.
He gonna make you run circles, man. He's gonna make you run circles.
Please don't say, because
What do you expect, Nick? Look at yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Are you a saint? Growing up as a kid, were you a saint growing up as a kid?
I wasn't. My thing was, I wasn't like bad as in like screaming and running around doing nothing crazy.
No, I'm not talking about that.
I was a sneaky liar. I was just a liar, and I was sneaky, and I just stole shit, and that was my issue. I was always sneaking. My mom was like, if he's, some kids, you'd be like, oh, they're in there screaming, tearing up stuff. My mom was like, he's in there quiet. Nah, what's he in there doing? Quiet is not good. So, but the good thing, we've worked with kids, and I've worked with kids for so long, and I know how I was. I know how my sister was. Lucy, she said she was really shy. Lucy was like, she said she was super shy until she was like 15. But I know how to, not know how to, but I have good faith that I can catch it when they start doing some wild stuff. And I'm very sarcastically like blunt, I think, when it comes to discipline. So he does some stupid stuff, I'll just be like, oh, so I didn't know he was a dumbass today. Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think I'll have a lot of like, if I had to become a dad, I'd be like very like loving and caring. But when it turns on discipline, I'm gonna be like, is that how we're gonna do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just an example, a kid lost his shit completely the other day. And I was like, all right, you have two choices. either you stop what you're doing now, or I call your parents and you pack your bag. And he was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I was like, you got 5 seconds to decide what you want. And then after 5 seconds, he didn't. So I said, go upstairs, get your bag. I'm calling your parents. And he was like, no, you're not doing that. And I said, you're not talking to me like that. That's in the discussion. I don't care who you are. All right? Go upstairs. And eventually got upstairs. And he put his jacket on, he put his bag on his back, and he waited there. And I was like, you don't talk to any staff member like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care how upset you are. I don't care what's going on. We don't. I was like, you're not.
Yeah.
No, at this moment in time, you're not my friend.
Right.
The way you've treated me is not how friends treat each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So pack it. And I think that's where I'll be like, unless I have a girl, then
I'm good. I'm glad I don't have a girl.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people have said, if I have a girl,
she'll destroy me, dude. She'll destroy me.
Like I can even see it with my godchildren. Like Carter is a boy, and I'm kind of like, Carter, do you think you did well there? And then he'll be like, no. Bruh, Casey, oh, that girl can't do anything wrong. No.
I told her she can burn down the whole house. You didn't mean it, baby girl. You didn't mean it. What the house do to you? What it do to you? That's why we have insurance. I couldn't, bro. I could just going off of when I was teaching at Richardson. Cece and Jiao and them used to tell me, like, these girls, they used to get mad at me because the girls used to get away with murder. They'd get in trouble, they'd send them to me. They come back in at me and we coloring. Like, no, she's in trouble. Why are y'all playing with toys?
It's like, bro, the way I like coach as well. It's like I have the girls part of it and the boys part of it. I am not afraid. Like the students now know it's not the best. It's not the most. It's not the nicest thing to have. But I get very, very like aggressive, not towards them, but like, for example, if I'm at a competition, right, and the stakes are high, and like at the Beijing tournament, I'm not their teacher, I'm their coach, and we're away from the school halls and everything like that. And I'll be like, guys, you are watching how they play. Wake the fuck up or leave the field. Decide what you want to do. And the girls were like, Mr. Daniel said some mean words. He was like, wake up the beep up, please. And but that's how I coach, and the students get comfortable with it. But I am very, very like picky of who I can hit. Not hit like hit with words. Be like, wake up. Can you please fix this? And my girls can't do anything wrong. I have 3 of them that play for my under 14 A side. They can't do anything wrong. If they drop a catch, I'll be like, hey, what could you do better there? Hey, what could you do better? Nice, high five. Boys, oh my goodness, drop a catch. I'll be like, what are you doing? What are we doing? Get there. If you can get there, catch it. If you touch it, you catch it. So I do have my, and the team know it. They know it. They know, like, all the girls, no matter what ages they are, I high five them. I say, you guys are great. Boys, what are you doing? What are you doing? What were you doing there? Like, wake up. What is this? But yeah. Talking about children and stuff like that. Recently, and I think this is the whole debacle of like, and we're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into China versus America right now and the whole Donald Trump and tariffs. We're not going to do it. But so my biggest thing that I found now, recently, from recent experiences, and just looking at how social media plays out, and speaking from personal experience, and how you and I speak, and how most of the West speak regarding their leaders, their political leaders. We love to belittle, to berate, to chirp, to bring down. Political leaders are comedians' #1 source.
Mm-hmm.
Our culture is, we are very comfortable complaining about our government, complaining about how things are, political leaders, all of these idiots on the top, you know. Culturally, it's easy to do that. Well, not easy to, it's common to do this. But what I found recently with experience, well, not with the experiences we've had at school, and was interesting, was that the kids, the international students, not the Chinese students, the international students, they were very, very quick to like like the Korean students belittling their Korean leaders, South Africans belittling their South African leaders, Germans, Americans, no problems, no worries. There's not so sensitive, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the Korean students were like, "Oh, our Korean leader sucks. He's terrible. He's useless." But it's not a Chinese thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a Chinese thing to do to other leaders as well. Because like you and I will talk about Trump like he's my leader, but I'm a South African, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, let's say, for instance, Boris Johnson. Who didn't make fun of Boris Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not a Chinese thing to do to belittle another person's leader. And some of the students, like in Chinese class, were like belittling Donald Trump, and the Chinese teacher didn't like it. And it was really, really interesting to hear that and understand that. Because, like, look what's his name? J.D. Vance, the vice president. He said Chinese peasants. Not on all the social media stuff that I've seen. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. They didn't belittle him as a person. Our community, if let's say, for instance, this vice president of America said anything bad about Europeans or South Africans or Africans, bruh, those journalists would respond with drawings of him, funny jokes about him, belittling him, going after him. The Chinese own
Europe.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if he did,
No,
we would respond like that.
Yeah.
The comedians would respond to him. And they would laugh about him. They're like, did you hear what he said about our works? Look what he does in his back life, China don't do that. They don't belittle leaders. It's a cultural thing, obviously, because obviously, controversially, I've been teaching communism during the Cold War and Mao Zedong, specifically Mao Zedong's policies during the 1950s, the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, and how it almost literally brought China to its knees. He starved and killed many people, not on purpose. But they respect that man. He's a savior. And it's because it's
statues everywhere.
Yeah, and it's embedded in their culture. They don't necessarily get angry at the figurehead or the government per se. They can be disgruntled, but there's no disrespect towards a political leader,
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's really, really interesting, like how the West are just so easily. Like, I would never want to become a politician. I'm number one bad guy. I could be the nicest guy. I'm still the number one bad guy. I'm not going to make everyone happy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that was just a very interesting, thing. Like, when we're talking, like, Western people, foreigners could say, when we're talking about leaders, we're, like, insensitive. Like, no one goes, oh, you should be really worried about Donald Trump. You shouldn't say those things. No, we don't care. And I think there are people like that. I'm not stereotyping. There are people like, you can't say that about Trump. You can't say that about whatever. Right? But still, you're like, okay.
Who's the South African president?
Cyril Ramaphosa.
Is he new? Has he been there for a while?
He's been there, oh my gosh, I think 2019.
2020. I think about to say 20 years. I was like, God damn.
No. Our presidents can only have 2 terms of 4 years.
Oh, same as ours.
Yeah. So it was just really interesting to see how, like, the Chinese teacher came to me and was like, I'm uncomfortable. And I was like, okay. And she was like, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable of them belittling Donald Trump. And I was like, that guy's making war with you guys. I would belittle them as well, right? Yeah. And like, one of the kids called him a monkey and a noodle head because his hair looked like it's got noodles on it. And I was like, he looks, and that was like, I was like, damn, bro, okay, you being a little insensitive. But if you said that in my class, I would have been like, yeah, fine, whatever. I don't care. And I do apologize to, like, my American students because, like, in history, I make a lot of, like, jokes in my history class. In my older history class, be like, America was, regarded as land of the free, against communism, and, everyone wanted to come to America and, live the American dream. And now the American dream is walking into school and getting shot. And then they were just like, and a few of my kids, like, burst into laughter, and other kids are just, like, giggling. And I'm like, I do apologize for the comments, but okay, moving on. You're all listening.
We've had about, I think this past month we had about 4 or 5.
You'll see. You'll see.
It's one of those. It's one of those, like, because go out just off of that quick point. I remember being in China and people used to always make jokes about, well, the U.S. shoots up schools, and I used to get like annoyed. They're like, we don't always have school shootings, but we do. So it's hard to be like, it's one of those like, is it hurtful? Yes. Truthful? Also yes. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like we can't get away from that because it's like y'all do nothing but shoot up schools. No, we don't. And then it's like today this school has been shot up. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So I've never seen one personally, but
and I hope we don't see one personally.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
I've never had
yeah,
an
so
issue.
it's like, yeah, I'm just, and when I talk about like the U.S. intervention policy, when I say that, I was just like, yeah, America just like to get their hands involved in everything, you know?
Yeah, it's. I was talking to a girl at work. She was like, yeah, it's like last week, and she was talking, and she was like, yeah, I'm planning to go to the U.S. And I said, to live or to visit? And she's like, oh, just to visit. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because if you said to live, I was gonna talk you out of that shit. Don't do that shit.
so I'm going on Wednesday to go for my interview for the U.S. Tourist visa, and one of the teachers were like, he's American. He's like, don't go. You're gonna get deported. And I'm like, I'm going for 2-3 weeks holiday.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
going
be
to
okay.
New York. Yeah, I'm going to New York just to see New York. I want to go do all the touristy things in New York. I want to go to the baseball game. I want to go eat a hot dog on the streets. I want to go to the Empire State Building. I don't really need to go to the Statue of Liberty. Like if I can just look at the Hudson River, that will be cool. So I'm going as a tourist, and I feel like I'll be okay. I'm not like
You'll be okay, and I hate bringing this up, even when I talk to Lucy about it. You being a white man, you shouldn't really have no issues.
I'm gonna come in with a European passport. Cyprus and America are friends. I've read up on it, and because Cyprus unfortunately supports Israel, and
you being that's why I used to tell Lucy, I used to be like, if you was to go to the States and you were solo, I told her like, you being a white woman, nothing's probably really going to happen to you. No one's going to really fuck with you because no one wants to have to deal with the courts and the police because they did something to a white woman.
Especially from England.
Especially from England. Like, we can talk about equality and all this stuff, but
people
from the U.S. know that the justice system is still shit. So you should be okay. When I go home, even though I'm from there, I'm still on my P's and Q's of how I got to move, what I got to do. Yeah, I mean, at this point,
and then yet again,
it is. So yeah,
and yet again, Lucy can't go to South Africa alone because she's a white person going into South Africa, and she could be, if she's going alone and backtracking it, and if I'm going to America alone backtracking, I'm fine.
Yeah,
and I'm fortunate enough also to do it anywhere else in the world. It's just because I know South Africa more. But like, not many people can go to South Africa now and backtrack it. Like, South Africa is a beautiful place to live. I love my country, but don't go there without a plan. Just don't rock up there and think you're going to be fine. You will be taken advantage of.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So now, you got to get a tourist visa. I didn't know you even had to get a tourist visa.
Yeah, I've got to. I checked with Cyprus. Cyprus are in the process of getting exempted visas. And so I'm not taking the risk, and I don't need to have any travel plans set. I don't need to have like planes and shit like that booked. So they will have the interview with me on Wednesday morning, and then we'll see what happens.
It usually lasts about like 10 years or something, don't they?
I don't know. I don't know what a B2 tourist visa gets me. I don't know. I have no idea.
I want to say they usually.
Someone said 6 months. Someone said a year, and someone said 10 years.
I think I could be mistaken. I believe it's 10 years, but I believe every time you come in, you can't stay longer than like, I think 60 days or 90 days, something like that. Like, you can't live. You could just be there for a while.
Yeah, so that's not. I'm not trying to live there. I've got a job to go
Right.
back to,
Right.
and
So not too
but
bad
yeah,
then. Nice. Corey's coming, and we were looking at going to Barcelona for the weekend, but we're not. Oh, Lucy's here. Can you hear that? I got the window open, so just in case if y'all can hear some stuff outside, it's a Sunday, so there's no kids, but I got the window open. It's a nice day. Well, it's the UK, so it's sunny, but it's cold as balls. Cause that's just what they do here. The weather
different.
is different. We was going off on a tangent. When the sun comes out in this country and it gets warm,
Everyone
these
goes out.
people lose their ever loving
Well,
minds.
it's a trend on Instagram as well. Everyone's like, the sun's out, the degrees are above, and then like all the British people make memes and jokes about everyone running outside.
Outside, sit outside, get a beer outside, shirts off. We outside because tomorrow is going to be hell.
Yeah, you don't take
So,
you don't take it for advantage.
yeah,
You don't take it for granted. Sorry.
I accept it now, but it's still funny to see. Like, it's like y'all don't get out often, huh?
Well, you've told me the weather, and it's like, yeah, we don't get out often.
Yeah, the weather it's shit. It's I mean, as nice as I can put it. It has its moments, but on a normal day, it's on a normal day you can expect cold and wind with a nice drizzle. You get a nice drizzle. That's what it's been all week.
I remember the weather in Prestatyn. It was exactly as you described it.
Oh man, we was talking about that because I was telling Lucy, I said when Daniel comes, he's gonna bring his frisbee, and it'll be in the summertime. We can actually hopefully, if it's warm and sunny outside, we can go outside. Go to the park, run around, get some other people, as some frisbee groups so we can play with, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, Daniel brought his frisbee in December to the UK. And Lucy was like, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. That shit was
no, I actually didn't bring it in December. I brought it in the August time I came with you, and we did throw it.
Did we? I thought I could have sworn you brought it when you came with your mom.
Did I?
I could have sworn you did, because I feel like at one point, I could be wrong, but I feel like you had wanted to go. I think at one point we was in Prestatyn and you had talked about you wanted to go to the beach and throw the frisbee. And I think Lucy was like, first of all, the beach at Prestatyn is not like,
yeah,
it's technically a beach, but it's not, but it's not like we finna lay out.
Oh, that's a terrible light. I'm getting darker, by the way. Anyone wants to figure out what I'm doing? That's a terrible light. Hold on.
Does your brightness go down on your screen?
Gosh, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna put this light on.
But yeah. So I was saying.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. But yeah, you brought it in December, and Lucy was like, "Yeah, you're not throwing no frisbee in December."
Yeah. So I'll bring it. I'll bring it this time. I'll bring this frisbee.
Shit, cool. I'll try to join the Ultimate Frisbee group or the flag football team group.
I'll have to pack my shoes.
Yeah. It'll be on grass, I'd imagine.
I'll bring my shoes. I'll pack my little togs, my pink togs.
There you go. So yeah, planning on doing that, which I think would be cool. But yeah, she was like, "Yeah, that frisbee is not going to work in December, but July you come in July. July will be smooth. July.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, what else do we have on the list?
Well, we got to just nothing's won yet, but I'm holding my crest, Arsenal. just because if we got beaten by you, you'd be chatting shit the whole time.
No. So here's my thing, and I was talking to Lucy because Lucy's my homie. I'm talking to Lucy about this. I'm cool with if we lose, talk your shit. I'm cool with that.
I'm not talking. I haven't really talked shit, man.
You haven't really talked shit. I get that. You haven't really. That's why we ain't really been really going back and forth. Like, let's be honest. Arsenal waxed that ass. Like that was foot to ass. That was a whooping. That was a good old shellacking.
I'm just
and I'll
happy.
stand by that. Yeah, I'll stand by that. That was no, like I ain't say nothing. I told after the first leg, I told Daniel, I'm gonna shut up because that was an ass whooping, and I know an ass whooping when I see one, and that was a whooping. So I left it at that. Second leg, I was like, anyways. So I was like, yeah. So I didn't say nothing. I was like, cool. And then like you talked a little bit of shit. She's also an Arsenal fan. He sent me some stuff, and I was cool with it because I'm like, that's cool. Some people take it too far.
Yeah, I haven't taken it too far. I'm not that supporter.
Yeah,
I'm not that supporter.
So when people are like, "Oh yeah, we beat y'all, we finna win," I'm like, "Oh, whoa! You beat us. You kicked our ass. You ain't won it yet.
We haven't won it. No, we haven't.
Yeah,
won it.
You still got to get through a tough PSG team.
Yeah,
and then what was it, Barca and Inter?
Yes.
Yeah, so you gotta get through one of them if y'all make it to the list. So it's still not. It's not. Best, you have 3 more matches left.
Yeah,
but no. So it was. I got in not an argument, but it was like Wayne, Jenny's boyfriend. He was like in our little group chat because Salah signed to stay at Liverpool, Van Dijk re-signed to stay at Liverpool. So he was like, yeah, all we need now is Trent to sign. So he didn't want to. He was like, all we need now is Trent to sign instead of going to that shit show in Madrid. I'm like, okay. So first of all, did we play like shit? Yes, motherfucker. Y'all had 4 trophies. Y'all was going for. Y'all 0 for 3 so far. Like y'all might get this prim, and I was like, yeah, y'all the best team out of 32 teams in England. Ooh, simmer down. Y'all ain't even the best team in England because Plymouth canceled that shit. So. And so I was like, simmer down. Like it's one of those like talk your cash, but it's like I'm taking cash from Arsenal. I take that cash. If y'all want to talk shit, I'm not taking shit from Liverpool. Y'all was at home watching us getting whooped, so y'all simmer down. It's also one of those like, all right, so that's why I'm one of those like talk your shit, but just reel it in. Don't be out here just whatever. So, but anyways, the Arsenal, more power to y'all. I told you that first leg, I told you the first 15 minutes I watched, I told Lucy, I said, Madrid's going to lose this. The way they're walking around, Madrid's going to lose this. They're playing like we're already up 5-0. I was like, Madrid's going to lose this. This is shit. These people are walking around. It looked like they were just walking around and watching to see if Mbappe or Bellingham was going to do something. Vinny didn't do shit. Rodrigo didn't do shit. I like Luka Modric because he gives him an oomph, but they don't put him into the 80th minute. So it's like, I was like, this is.
And you're playing Valverde and right back, so it's challenging to have your best midfielder in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, I'm just like, it was just shit. So I told Dane before, we deserved it. We deserved that ass whooping. I respect Arsenal for handing it to us. Even if we were to beat Arsenal, but with the same way that we played, if we were somehow to pull out a win against y'all, but we still played that same way, I didn't want us to win the Champions League because that was just shit play. A lot of stuff got to change in Madrid. We ain't even got the La Liga wrapped up.
And you're losing Carlo Ancelotti. He's not going to finish the season, apparently.
He's not?
Yeah, I don't know. I read last check that he wasn't going to finish the season.
Oh, shit. I know they want to bring Klopp out. I know they want to.
Damn, okay. Yes, you're going to take all of Liverpool.
Oh, no. Yeah. He's deciding his exit date. I knew he was going to go to Madrid, though.
Madrid? He's at Madrid.
I mean, not Madrid, Brazil. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So he said he's already made the decision at the end of the season he's leaving.
Cool. So all right. So coming towards the end, we haven't spoken about it recently, but
Xabi Alonso.
Oh, Xabi from Bayern Leverkusen. He's he's a good one.
Yeah, Xabi. What you gonna say though?
So we're gonna wrap up the show soon. But something that we haven't done yet, or haven't done for a long time, is talking about the latest shows and movies that we have watched.
going off of what I just saw yesterday.
Yeah, well, yes, Saturday. No, you
No,
went on
Friday.
Friday. You
Friday.
guys went to go watch it.
The movie Sinners, highly recommended. That movie was fire. Without giving it away, it's the Jim Crow civil rights era, early 1900s. So it's a lot of racial undertones, but it's vampires. But it's good though. It's good, man. The natives in the beginning are hilarious. Not like a comedy effect. It's one of those like, we're not dealing with that shit. We're leaving, and they left. And it's not even spoiling anything. Sinners is good, man. The director Ryan Coogler, he is an amazing director. He did. I don't know if you ever saw Fruitvale Station, which is a good. Was also Michael B. Jordan, but he did both Black Panthers, and he did all the Creed movies. And he did this. And he got something else coming out soon. But no, good movie. I highly recommend it.
Definitely go check it out.
Check that out. Have you seen the new trailer for the movie called Him?
No, I don't think so.
So you know who Jordan Peele is, who did
Yes.
Get Out.
Yes.
Something
Black Panther as well.
Jordan Peele didn't do Black Panther.
Jordan Peele did
Jordan Peele. He didn't do Black Panther.
Get Out. Yes, he's in Black Panther. He's in both. He's the Rhino guy. Not the Rhino guy. He looks after. He's one of the tribes.
No. The director is Jordan Peele. The guy you're talking about, his name is Daniel Kaluuya. He's an actor.
Yes, sorry. I don't know names.
But he's in both of them. But anyways.
Yes.
Director who made Get Out. He made Us. And he made, the one where it's like an alien thing flying up? I forgot the name of it. Don't Look Up or something like that.
Okay.
But anyway, he's done the new. He's from Key and Peele, but he's done the new Twilight series as well. That's like been rebooted. But anyways, he has a new movie coming out. It's called Him, and it's a sports horror movie. It's kind of weird, man. But it's like this guy. Just the trailer just came out, and it's pretty much like this guy who's a quarterback, and he's trying to like be the best quarterback, I guess, in the league or something. But it looks like it's you want to be the best. What are you willing to sacrifice? And he like, I'm going off an assumption off the trailer. Maybe he like sells his soul to the devil or something like that to be like the best. Some
supernatural shit.
Some supernatural stuff. But he's like, it's a sports horror. Check out the trailer. The trailer looks dope.
Okay.
But it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to be the best?
Nice.
But outside of that, shows.
We've just finished. You and I have finished White Lotus. And is good. Invincible.
Invincible is good.
I haven't started Daredevil. Don't go at me. I'm trying to.
I haven't started. I just finished Echo, and Echo was shit.
Yeah, Echo had potential, and it irritated me.
I tried to finish it because I was like, maybe it got a little play in going into Daredevil. I haven't started Daredevil yet. I heard it was good. I was on my list.
Yeah. I'm glad the Punisher's in it as well.
Oh, yeah,
I like the Punisher.
I might start that, but I didn't like Echo.
Yeah. There's a new series, a British show on Apple TV called Mobland. I've watched the first episode. Looks really good.
Bert is also watching it, and he said it was good.
Yeah, the first episode is really good. The movie the series you recommended to me and I watched it was Adolescence. That was, bro, the way they directed that, the way, like you explained that camera, it never changes. The emotion, the realness of that, you feel like it's not a series, but it's not a docu-series either. It's just so like real. It's just so powerful, so emotional, so raw. Like apps, like just like you feel drained after watching that. You're like, whoa, what have I just been a part of? You know, it's like really, really, really tough series to like go through, like swallow. You know, it's like
If people listen and watch Adolescence, man, that is if anything, that teaches you, man. Watch out for these kids, man. Be careful what your kids is digesting when you're not. said digesting like food, but I mean like watching and what's
what
been pumped
we've
into their
always said
head.
it. Social media is both the most powerful and most negative thing in this world right now. It
Yeah,
is
man.
like I am so thankful for what we grew up on and how we are somewhat mentally stable in like the ability to compare and
Mm-hmm.
consume properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is so easy to compare your life to Instagram lives, man. Like
Right.
I think everyone is all about now, and if it doesn't work, throw it away.
Yeah.
And no one's willing to work at it. And like I'm so
Yeah.
glad that we've gone through our own individual trials and errors
Yeah.
and like the
Without having
struggles
to be
we've
on the internet.
yeah. And like we've like people have said no to us, people have belittled us, people have supported us, brought us up, but like half our lives have not been on social media and the other half have. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm so grateful for that, boarding school nonsense wasn't published for everyone to see,
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is being these '90s kids and the generation that we came up in was like we were introduced to the internet before it was what it is now. So
Yeah.
now at this point, we know like what's the bullshit. Like I could even like now I can see Instagram and I can go to somebody's page and it's nothing but shiny and flashy and da da da, and I can look and I'll be like, man, I bet you ain't even like this in real life, man. That shit just
Yeah. And the
and
thing
I,
is
and
that there's things that like make you feel like, yeah, okay, I want that.
mm-hmm.
But I'm not always gonna get that, you know?
Yeah,
And I think like if you look at like 90s films, like it sounds so weird. Like I might be like I am like if most of you know me, I am a romantic type of person. But like my type of like experience and like what I want is something like it sounds so weird, but like The Notebook. The Notebook is like an old school love story, but like there's no flashiness to it. It's all about like a promise to a person. Like now it's like beaches and mountains and hikes and fancy kitchens and cars. Like you see all these guys, all these girls and guys like, oh, he's my partner, he's my ride or die, and they're like driving in like this really fancy car. Or like they're doing, like you need to compare yourself to these couples, and you're like,
yeah,
that's tough. It's so simple to be like, oh, we don't have this, but like you're not that couple. You're not that couple. You got to realize like you're in your own space, your own bubble. You got to make sure that
yeah,
this bubble works for the two of you, whatever relationship you're in. And I feel
right,
like that's where people are like going wrong with social media. Like the biggest lie in today's society in social media is the fitness realm. That is the
I don't
most
even.
toxic environment. Like you got, and I'm not saying everyone's toxic. You got the most amazing people on this. I follow some amazing people that, like, when you see their lives, they're like, I am a normal guy. I work
Yeah,
out, but I have a kid. I understand what you're going through. You want to eat that ice cream? Eat that ice cream. You've worked a 9 to 5 job. You're feeling shit. You don't want to eat chicken and broccoli. You want to have a saucy pasta? Go for it. And I think
yeah,
that's like the biggest mental shift. Is like so many people, including myself, like I'm not a small guy. I'm not an in shape guy. I'm becoming a lot more comfortable of who I am. Like my
hey,
goal.
y'all seen Daniel's body lately though? Whoo! Hey, that boy been working out, boy. Slim trim. Check out if you got him on WeChat, go look at his WeChat photo. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you for that. But like for me, the biggest thing for me, my mentality shifted. Someone challenged me. They were like, because obviously, like my family tree is not the most healthiest family tree alive. We've got like shit going on. But the biggest thing for me, and I've seen it around me, and I've seen both sides. I've seen both sides of it. I've seen parents parents not having the ability to play with their kids, and parents having the ability. I want to be 45, 50, and my kid is 15, 10, and I want to play frisbee with him. And the only way I can do that is I can't be in hospital or I can't be overweight. I can't be I can still be who I am now. I've just got to make sure I'm eating well. I don't care if my knees are buckling after every practice and they're sore and I've got ice on them. That's okay. That's a small sacrifice. And that's just because I'm a big guy. But I'm not on the field going, I'm not on the bench struggling to move. I suck at riding bike, but I want to go ride bike with them in the trails or something like that. You want to be able to wake up and do these things with your kids. Like I want to be 65, 70, being able to wake up and being like, my kids have their own kids, and they'd be like, Dad, do you mind watching our kids for the weekend and take them to their sport? We really need to travel to this conference or whatever. And I'll be like, great, drop them off on the Friday and I wake them up. I make them breakfast. I want to do these things with them. I want to be able to see all these people's lives without I don't have to worry about the health. And that's my goal. That's my health goal. So like on a Sunday night, if I'm eating an ice cream, I know I can eat an ice cream because I've made a promise to myself that I'm not eating ice cream during the week. I'm having my lattes and my coffees during the weekend with my ice creams. So, but yeah, I think that was the big shift in my mind, was someone challenged me, rightfully so. It was like, I just want you to be healthy. I don't care what you look like. I just want you to be healthy.
Right.
That's it. So yeah. I don't like going to the gym, people. I hate going to the gym. Hands up. I don't like going to the gym. I hate it. Shit. Fuck. I despise going to the gym by myself. I just want someone to go to the gym with me. I like going to the gym. I don't even have to talk to you. Like Nick and I went to the gym. We had headphones and everything, and we didn't really talk. But just that presence helps. And then you chat shit before and chat shit after. That's what I like. Yeah. I like doing things with people. That's why I love playing Frisbee. I love playing sport with people. Like, I barely speak anything to these people at Frisbee. Like on a Sunday, I play with just Chinese people. And some of them do speak English, but like the way I've improved my Frisbee, they are starting to see it. And they're like starting to appreciate what I'm doing. And I love like involving myself. Yes, every time we have a break, I sit by myself, drink water on the bench, but then I'm on it. I'm with them. And that for me is just like, and for me, 2 hours of exercise at Frisbee is like almost like 1,200 calories gone. And I love that. It's so easy for me. If someone said you can play Frisbee every day, I'll be like, damn, my knees, but I'm just going to go boom, 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 boom. And I want to do that. But gym, bro. Yo. And the one thing I struggle with, guys, is you can't compare yourself at the gym. You can't.
I don't.
Okay, but you big, bro. You this bigger. And then
even when I go to the gym, like sometimes, if I go up there, I eat and I feel like, man, I got like a little belly on me and I'm feeling the greatest. What I tell myself is, when I get to the gym, I'm not the worst person in here. No one in here can beat my ass. So if it does come to it, no one's going to go whip my ass. And outside of the narcissist things, I respect, because the gym I go to, there's some people in there that's like well out of shape. Like, like.
And that's who I respect also. I'm like,
yeah,
bro,
I'm just
that's
like,
where I was.
The fact that you showed up already speaks volumes.
Like
you're doing more than a person sitting on the couch.
Exactly. So when I see with a personal trainer, there was someone there and this girl was like really struggling. And I didn't even think twice. I was just saying, Jayo, Jayo, Jayo. And she just smiled. And I was like, got it. Yeah. And that's all. That's it. I really appreciate those people because like I've been there. Yeah. I've been that person that looks like I am not supposed to be there.
Yeah. But the fact that you're here, man, that's what people always say, man. Going to the gym, the hardest part is getting there.
Yeah. If you just get there and sit there, you've done enough.
Yeah. Once you've made it. There's nothing to do now but work out. So might as well do something.
Yeah. You get on the bike, you get on the bike. Everyone's like, oh, why are you walking on the treadmill? Bro, people don't like to walk on the streets. They want to just sit and they watch their series, and at least they're doing it. Someone says, oh, the treadmill, oh, this exercise, bro. As long as you get up, you get into a gym clothes, you in the change room, and you are walking on the treadmill and you watching series, I don't judge nobody in the gym. And kudos to those guys that look in shape. I don't care what steroids you take or what supplements you take. The fact that you're there working out and you look the way you do, you've got to have some form of discipline. It doesn't just switch on. the supplements you're taking doesn't just do it for you. You've got to do the work. You got to put it in. Obviously, some of it does speed it up and all that stuff, but
Yeah. We got dad jokes.
I got one dad joke. Yeah,
I got two.
cool. All right, so you go first. I go second. You go third.
All right. What do you call a woman standing in the middle of a tennis court?
I don't know. Annette. Okay. Nice to meet you, Annette.
And I have a cousin named Annette, so that's
Oh shit! I'm gonna stuff up my joke because I heard it before we even came on the podcast. So my friend came up to me with a map and said, "Please, are you able to point to Hungary?" Apparently, Africa didn't count.
I thought you was gonna like point at yourself or something like that. I did not think that you was gonna go there. At least you African, so you said it. That's cool. So if there's any beef, he said it. he's from there, so hey. I did not think he was about to go that way. My last one is, I don't know if it's really a joke, but this weekend is Easter weekend, and someone said if you hide 28 eggs this weekend, but tell the kids there's 30 eggs you got to find, well, now you got time for a little nap.
Searching for those 2 eggs.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of random, before we get out of here, Lucy was telling me, Easter weekend, like for your kids, like when I was a kid for Easter, my mom would get me and my sister like a blue or green like little wicker basket. It has some fake ass grass in there, and it'd be like chocolate and candy, like little egg candies.
Yeah.
Maybe if anything, like we used to have this cheap cologne that all the boys used to wear called Curve. It was like real cool. It was like the better Axe or Lynx or whatever if y'all had Lynx. It was shit. But anyways, for Easter, you just got candy. Yeah, like a little basket with all type of candies. That was for Easter. And, we was like one of our friends, like for her son, she got him some candy. She got him like 2 or 3 Easter bunny little plush toys.
You got golden wrapped Easter bunny chocolate eggs. You got marshmallow chocolate eggs. You got the white chocolate eggs.
So Lucy got this friend. I forgot the lady's name. I don't know if it's her friend, but it's a girl she knows. And she said when they were growing up, she used to get like Easter gifts.
No.
And she was like, when they were kids, she used to get like Michael Kors watches and purses and stuff. And now this lady, she has kids now, and she posted on her Facebook, it's like, oh, he's been. And it was like she was showing like her kids what they got for Easter, and it was like fucking Christmas in there. Like no, it was like
you have a birthday already, you have Christmas, and that's it, guys. That's it. Slow down. Easter is a religious holiday. Eat the eggs and shut up.
Yeah.
go hide eggs. I like that. Go hide eggs. My dad was cruel. He would give us clues around the farm, and some of the clues, it was dog shit. In it wrapped up. So you're like, oh, and if you got to the dog shit, you knew you got the wrong fucking clue. So you had to go back to where you went before. This is my motherfucking father. And we were all like, my stepbrothers and all the family were like running around the farm going, oh, we got one. Open it up, it's dog shit. You're like, oh, fuck. Got to go back to the point where you were before. And you're like, where's this clue? Where's he? And my dad used to be like he's really smart. He's like really fucking smart, but he can fuck with your mind. And he's like, what? And it took hours, bro. And but when you found all those things, you had like baskets. You had like baskets. Because in South Africa, we got these little marshmallow eggs, these beacon marshmallow eggs, which you can scoff 300 in a row. And you would just be like, hide. He was phenomenal with it. He was great. And every year he would do it. But fuck the gifts, man. Those are for birthday and Christmas. But yeah, that's the point. It's like, why do people have to do this money thing? Like, gifts are nice. But like, this is what my memory is, not what I received. It's like my favorite memories. We spoke about our favorite memories of Christmas the other day. It was my dad driving a what's it called? A 4-wheeler drunk being Santa.
Yeah.
Those are the moments you don't... Bruh, Easter's for eggs. Leave it alone, guys. We don't need more money stuff.
Lucy was like, she said she saw something that was like, if Jesus came down and said, so what are y'all doing for my resurrection? And they're like, So there's this giant fucking bunny, okay? It's made out of chocolate and it lays eggs. Okay? Forget your resurrection. This giant bunny, okay? So yeah. Oh man. But yeah, we getting out of here, man.
Yes.
Episode 46, Big Belly Pats. We out? Wrap it
We're
up?
out.
Well,
Peace
I
out.
got a kid on the way, so I didn't wrap it up. But yeah, y'all wrap it up.
Peace out. As Nick would say, pull out in time, but he didn't. Pull out game is strong. Nah, not anymore.
You win some, you lose some. Shoot or shoot. Yeah, peace.